So good afternoon, guys. I am with Josh Leskowski. He's a sportscasting student in Full Sail, and these are my interview questions. Are you good, Josh?
I'm good.
Okay. So Josh, since you're in sportscasting, the first question is, what is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is golf.
Really? Golf?
Really? Yeah. I mean, it comes across as kind of an old person's game, and I like to think of myself as a younger person, especially with the older guys in the class, James and JD. But, get into it living in Florida. You got to get into some type of sport, and you don't have to run, but I mean, it's still outdoors, so it's kind of hot. Basketball was kind of my first love because it was indoors, so I got out of the Florida sun, but then it still had running. So golf, you didn't have to run. That's all me. That's all me, baby.
How old are you?
19.
19. Well, I'm 26. Yeah, I'm with the James and JD group, even though they're older than me. I'm 26. I think they're in their 30s, so...
You're right on the border,
Yeah,
right
I'm on the border.
below 'em. That's why I didn't throw you in there.
Yeah. So, Full Sail, you're in sportscasting. Do you believe this is a good school, and why?
I think it's a great school because of the teachers there. They're not the traditional type of professor you would get at University of Florida or somewhere else. They're actually industry professionals. I mean, especially in sportscasting, it seems like every teacher we've had starts out the first day by showing us the reel of all the cool stuff they've done or telling us they worked at ESPN or the Golf Channel. So it's perfect. That's why, we have so many connections. That's why I think it's such a great school.
So, how do you think it prepares you for the future, and what do you want to be? Where do you want to work? How does it?
I think it helps prepare me, especially with having, I think we've had 2 or 3 teachers so far that have worked for the Golf Channel, so they know exactly what the Golf Channel is looking for, and that's where I want to go. So they can just give me the ins and outs of what they did to get in, what they're seeing people do to get in, and it'll help me prepare myself to go above and beyond what they're doing to get in, get my foot in the door.
Perfect. So, who was your biggest golf influence in your life, and how?
I would say Tiger Woods, but I'm not that good at golf. So in the golf media side, I would say Jim Nantz, because Jim Nantz is the most respected person in golf broadcasting by far. And he's not even just golf. He can go do the Super Bowl. He can go do the Final Four. So he's just so versatile. It's not just golf, but I would say he's the best at golf, and that's what he likes to do a lot. So he's probably my biggest influence.
And family-wise?
Family-wise, it would be my grandpa. He tried to get me involved in the game really early, at an early age, but he's one of the typical older golfer guys, real stickler to the rules, so I didn't enjoy it that much playing with him. But as I got older and started to play with my friends and all that, I just continued to play with him and carve time out to play with him, and he really taught me a lot about the game, and he was good influence in teaching me the rules and all that and how to be professional on the golf course.
So what is then your proudest golf moment in your life?
It actually came 2 weeks ago, I think. I should have the date memorized, but I don't. But I had a hole-in-one at Winter Pines Golf Course, 112 yards, 52-degree wedge. It was about a slight northeast wind coming inward to me. So I just, teed it up a little lower, put a nice, beautiful swing on it, hooked it right, and then saw that baby roll right in the cup. I can't tell you, did about 4 laps around the tee box, almost cried. Didn't know what to, just pure shock, don't know what to do. So, and then I had to run up there, forgot my golf cart at the tee box, just ran to the hole to make sure that the ball was in the hole, and then I didn't just run around like an idiot. It was in the hole, and now that ball's been in my pocket every day since. So.
Every day?
Very proud.
So you remember every detail, but you don't remember what day it was?
No, I think we had class that day. Maybe we had to have class that day, and probably went a little late, so rushed to the golf course, got out there to try to beat the rain, and still got poured on. So, but it didn't dampen my spirits at all.
So you were playing alone or something?
No, I was playing with my mom actually.
Oh, okay. So we have a witness then. It's not you.
Yeah, that's exactly
lies here.
Yep. I was hoping that the day I got my first hole-in-one, I would have a witness, So thankfully she was there and I got to play with her that day. So that was nice.
So you could say this was the biggest success golf story, or is there another one?
That would be so far. I mean, playing golf wise, that would be the biggest success so far. But the work, like, I wouldn't say the work, but the volunteering I've been able to do with like at the LPGA event and at the Celebrity LPGA Pro-Am, I got to interview some former athletes, and I would say that was the biggest success I've had trying to go into like journalism, professional golf journalism for that part.
So who's your best golf teacher?
Best golf. Let's see. It's probably these guys. The guys who are professional golf teachers on the Golf Channel. I mean, there's one guy, Sean Foley. I got to meet him at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, and I get like emails from him. Like not him, but I'm on his like website subscriber list, and he'll send me tips. So I got to tell him like, hey Sean, I'm working on this, and then he's like, oh yeah, how's it working for you? Not good at all, but other than that, I had lessons when I was a kid, but they sucked. They were not very good, and so it had to be these guys from the Golf Channel because my grandpa's not a very good golfer, so every tip he gives me ends up working. Like I'll hear a tip from him, and then I'll watch the Golf Channel, and they'll be like, first thing you don't want to do is the tip my grandpa gave me. So it's like, all right, Grandpa, goes in one ear, out the other, because he doesn't know what he's talking about. So.
Okay, so I've never played golf in my life, by the way. So
we're gonna change that.
It's awesome interviewing someone that has played golf and loves golf. Who is your favorite golfer and why?
It's got to be the big cat, Tiger Woods, because he can just do things with a golf ball that nobody else can do. Just you go out. And like for me, I'll spend like 4 or 5 hours watching his whole round, get all excited, then go out at the end of the day and golf and just try to do what he does. And it's like you just try to not get too down on yourself for not being able to do anything close to what he does. And he makes other people on the PGA Tour just like stop and watch him. Like when you go to an event, everybody's kind of like, when they're on the range warming up, they're kind of minding their business, but there will be like 5 guys, other professionals, who are just watching Tiger just to see Tiger. Like no other golfer has that kind of influence. So, and he's got a great story. He's been up and down, very far down, and now he's back to the top again. So it's hard to root against him.
Yeah. So he won the Masters a few months back.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
That Masters win is the greatest accomplishment in sports history. I mean, nothing compares to that accomplishment. LeBron carried the Cavs down 3-1 against the Warriors. I mean, LeBron didn't have to deal with the ridicule that Tiger Woods had to deal with. And in basketball, it's still, you got to be self-confidence to shoot your shots and all that. But golf, it's just all you. You have to have the confidence in yourself to be able to say, I'm good enough, I can do this. Doesn't matter what everybody else is saying. I can do this. And he went for probably close to 10 years of just being ridiculed. Nobody's saying he's ever going to win another event, not let alone another major. And he just blocked it all out, continued working hard, had countless back surgeries, came back, and then was able to beat 120 of the best golfers in the world. And he's 43 years old. And there's kids who are like 22, out driving him by a mile, but he still beat him, so it's a great accomplishment. The greatest.
That's cool. So last question. Who's the next golfer in line? Like who's the guy in golf right now?
I hate to say it, but it's Brooks Koepka. I mean, he's pretty amazing. But he was saying yesterday in his press conference that he was yawning on the golf course for the first time in his life. And I'm like, well, Brooks, I yawn every time I watch you on the golf course because you're so boring. So, but he's very good, just the most boring guy ever. He could make Dustin Johnson look like a motivational speaker. You're not going to get the joke, but Dustin Johnson's a very low-level guy, doesn't show much emotion. And Brooks Koepka makes him look like he shows a lot of emotion by how little emotion Koepka shows. But he's won 4 majors in the last 2 years. Only person to ever come close to that in the last 30 years has been Tiger, so he's the man now.
Oh, well, that's everything for today. Thanks for everything, Josh.
Thank you, Ron.
See you in the class.
In class, buddy.